Chapter 13. Crystal. I'm blown away by this. I don't even know what to think.
So there is some stuff that the kids don't think about that we should talk about.
Brittany says next to me, and my heart drops a little. Will they say no or something? She points to the chair, and I sit as she starts.
To those two, this is their life. Do you have a job or house or anything like that to think about? What about Derek's school?
I haven't thought about any of that. So I say, I do have a job, but I wouldn't be sad to leave. That job sucks, but it pays the bills. No on the house, but I do have an apartment. Again, wouldn't be a loss to leave. It sucks. But it's what I can afford. On the school, yes, he goes to public school. When he isn't skipping, that is. He hates it there. I didn't notice how bad our life was till just now. And I start to cry as Jacob says,
And what about Seth?
My heart drops even more. Seth doesn't care. He doesn't even want to see Derek. The only reason he does is because I told him either he sees his son 1 weekend a month or I file for child support. So his manager flies us out to wherever Seth is once a month.
Don't cry, sweetie.
Brittany says as she rubs my back, This isn't the life I wanted for my baby. It's not fair he has to go through this because I messed up. That boy needs a father, and I can't even give him that. I sob out.
Hey, look at James. He was raised by Lisa and Brittany, and he is a great kid. So is Derek.
Michael says, and I can't seem to stop the tears.
Can y'all stay in New York for 3 more days?
Jacob asks. Honestly, no. We have to check out of the hotel tomorrow at noon. We have a round-trip ticket to get us home, but that is it. I say, and I hate that my son may miss this once-in-a-lifetime chance.
As far as the room, you can stay with us if you want. And for the trip home, we can get you a ticket when we leave New York, and y'all can just meet us in Florida. I can get the location to where we are going.
Michael says. I drop my head. I wouldn't have a way back. I lost the car. I couldn't keep up with the payments if I wanted to keep Derek and Ban. And I start to cry again. Fuck, I hate my life.
Okay, then just stay with us. We can make room.
Michael says, and I just look at him.
Can you call to make the arrangements? If not, you can use your ticket to get home, and I will have you a ticket to get back. Derek can stay with us, and you will be back before we leave.
Brittany says with a smile, I can call. I have a month left on my apartment, and my job, like I said, nothing I would be sad about calling and quitting. What about school, though? I ask, not sure.
Well, our two are in homeschooling, and he can do the same.
Jacob says. I can't afford that, I say, and hate the way I sound.
Derek can. He will get paid for the shows no matter what, if he stays or only does the 3 shows.
Brittany tells me he doesn't have a drum set, and fuck, I'm not trying to turn this down at all. I know it sounds like I am, but I'm not. I want this for my son so bad.
Don't worry, Faith Allen has one that he can use. By the way, we need to get them a full set.
Michael laughs out.
We will go tomorrow. So what do you say, Crystal?
Brittany asks as she holds my hand. If we had the clothes, I would just stay. But we only have enough for the weekend, so I guess I'll take the offer on flying home for a day. I tell her with the best smile I can manage.
If that is the only reason you need to fly home, then don't. We can pick up clothes tomorrow at the mall.
Michael says, and pulls out his wallet.
Here, call this an advance for the show tomorrow.
He says, as he hands me a few hundred, as I gasp. How much do y'all get per show? I can't help but ask.
No clue.
Michael laughs. And both guys look at Brittany.
Hey, don't look at me. I have no clue. Hell, most of the time I forget that not everyone can just buy whatever they want. I don't know how much most of the shit we have costs. It's not like I look at those tags.
She says, and I put my hand over my mouth. My hand is shaking, holding the money. This is more than I make in a month. And he just handed it to me like it was nothing.
So what do you say?
Jacob asked. This is a lot to take in, as Brittany says.
We don't need an answer tonight. Like James said, they don't need to be on stage until 8 tomorrow night. So you have until then to think about it.
Just as she finishes, Derek comes out of the room laughing. We hear, "That is no fair. You lied. You have played before." And Roxanne chases him out of the room.
You just need practice, baby,
James says, as he wraps his arms around her. I stand. Ready to go, son?
Yes, ma'am,
He says, as I turn to the others. We will talk, and I will give you an answer tomorrow.
Here is my number.
Brittany says, as she writes it down and hands it to me. As we walk out, I set the money on the table by the door.
Michael, I see Crystal set the money down, and I frown. No matter what she chose, she could have kept it. Does that mean she will say no? I ask, still frowning, and it's not till Jacob laughs that I notice I just sounded like a little kid. No, it doesn't, he says in a baby voice, so I flip him off.
I hope they say yes. He is great.
Roxanne says, we are going to the mall tomorrow to get y'all a set of instruments for the band, so y'all don't have to keep using our stuff, I tell them. Cool. Hey, can we get Faith Allen put on it like y'all stuff has? James asks with a smile.
Yes, we can.
Brittany answers for me. I notice James walk to the table and grab the money. What is this strange stuff? He laughs, and we all join in. Well, it's a thing called money that you use to buy stuff with, I laugh, and he leans his head to the side as he pulls out his card. I thought that is what this was for. Yes, it is, but the paper in your hand is what is on that card, I say. So this is Derek's? He answers me. Yes, but Crystal didn't take it, I tell him. He slides the money in his pocket and walks back to his room. James. I pull out my phone as I get back to the room and text Derek. We are going to the mall tomorrow. Can you go? I wait for his answer. I don't know, but I will ask, he answers. So I send, meet us in the lobby at 10 a.m. if you want to go, and walk to the door to yell, Mall at 10 a.m. Okay, we are meeting Derek in the lobby at that time, I hope, and close the door. When I turn around, Roxy is laying on the bed, and fuck is she hot. She has my shirt on, and the pink panties she is wearing shows very easy with my black shirt. I crawl on the foot of the bed and kiss her leg as I look at her. She lifts her head to look at me and just smiles, so I kiss her knee. Her hands go to my hair, making me smile. Then I kiss her thigh. You are so beautiful, baby, I whisper, and push my shirt up to kiss her hip, making her moan. You like that? I ask, and all she does is nod her head, so I move to the other side and kiss that hip too. All I'm doing is kissing her, but this is so hot. I run my finger over her sex and find out I'm not the only one enjoying this. She is wet.
Please, James?
She whines. Please what? I ask, as I rub her clit, making her back arch up. When I stop, I see her head pop up, and she has a puppy dog pout going on, making me laugh. I put my hands on both hips as I say, these are in the way, and pull her panties off. Her puppy face changes to a huge smile. What do you want, baby? I ask, still looking at her sex. Fuck, she is gorgeous.
I want you,
she says, and I look at her face. You already have me, I say, as I lean over her and kiss her. She starts to kiss my neck as I slide my hand down her body. When I reach her sex, she lets out a moan as her hands try to pull my shirt. "Do you want this off?" I ask, as I grab the back of my shirt and pull it over my head. Then I see her eyes are on my jeans. "These two?" I tease as she nods. Just to tease her more, I slowly unbutton my jeans and slide them down as her eyes watch my every move. After I throw my jeans to the floor, I hook my fingers in each side of my boxers. "What about these?" I ask her, and I don't think she was expecting that question because of the surprised look she has.
Please?
Roxy stutters out, and I know I won't say no, but this is fun, so I add, "What if I don't want to?" The look on her face is priceless, and she surprises me when she sets up and starts to kiss my neck again. Fuck, do I love when she does that. I feel her hand on my chest, then my abs, and then I lose my mind when she starts to rub me through my boxers and whispers,
You can leave them on if you want.
I regret my teasing because, fuck, I want them off now. I move my hands to take off my boxers, but I'm stopped.
No, sir. You said you didn't want to take them off.
She says as she pushes me to the bed. I think she is going to stop till her lips touch my chest and sends a shiver through my body. Roxy starts to kiss down my stomach. I have no clue what she is going to do, and fuck, I don't care, as long as she doesn't stop. When she starts to kiss my dick through my boxers, I can't hold the moan that leaves my lips as I pant out, "Take them off, please, baby." She stops and sits on her knees. I'm hard as hell at this point, and no way to hide this. Not that I want to. I look up at my gorgeous girl and see her start to pull my shirt off, and I almost come just watching her. Roxanne moves her hands to my hips and pulls my boxers off before she starts to kiss me again. Fuck, I didn't know anything could feel this good until she slides my dick into her mouth. One hand goes to her hair, and I bite on the other one so I don't make any noise that I know I'm fighting back. Because, fuck, this is heaven. I know I won't last long with her sucking on me like that. "Baby, I'm going to come." I whisper out, not sure what she will do, but she doesn't stop. Thank God. After I finish in her mouth, she asks,
How was that?
"Fucking mind-blowing. You can do that anytime you want," I state. As I set up, I grab Roxy's hips and flip her so she is laying on her back. I want to give her the same pleasure. I start with her neck and move to her breasts as she moans out and grabs a pillow to muffle her sound. I move to her sex, and I have no clue what the hell I'm doing, but then again, neither does she, and that was great. So I start with a simple kiss to her sex, and I feel the goosebumps take over her. I push my tongue between her folds, and damn, she tastes great. I want more, so I let my tongue slide inside of her, and I can tell her breathing just got faster. After rubbing her clit and pushing my tongue in and out of her, she comes, and fuck, this is great. I use my tongue to clean her up, then crawl up next to her. I grab my girl and pull her closer to me as she covers us both up. "I love you," I say, and kiss her head.
I love you too.
She says, and kisses my chest before sleep takes us both. Derek, we don't talk the whole way to our room. I am so blown away by this. It's like a dream. "Mom," I say, not sure what I want to ask. I know I want this so bad, but at the same time, Mom looks so unsure that I'm afraid she will say no.
Yes, son?
"What are we going to do?" I ask, scared of the answer, as we walk into our room.
I'm not sure, son.
"Mom, please, this is a dream come true for me. What is the downside to this? We can have a better life."
You can have a better life, son.
"Mom, I'm not leaving you. Plus, I'm only 15. You would have to go with me. And even if I was 18, I would like you to be with me, I say, as she starts to cry.
I would never fit in with that group, son.
Why not, Mom? You seem to get along with them great.
They are rich, and I'm not.
So what, Mom? Money is money. I don't care about that. I just want to play music and travel. You always said you wished you had the money to get us out of that crappy town and have a better life. Well, this is our chance here. You have always found a way to take care of me, no matter what it cost you. Do you think I don't know you lost your car and started walking everywhere just to keep me in band? Or that you haven't got to buy new clothes in years just to make sure I have clothes that fit? Mom, you have given up so much for me. Please let me do this for you, I say and hug her. I know she tries to hide all the struggles, and I know she has cried herself to sleep countless nights, trying to make sure I have everything I need and want, while she goes without. I have seen her go days without eating just to make sure I get full, or take ice showers to make sure I get a hot one. We have stood here hugging so long, my legs hurt, so I walk to the bed. How about we take it a day at a time and go from there? Does that sound like a plan? I say, and she looks at me.
One day at a time, huh?
She says, and I laugh. What? You say it all the time, and I finally understand what it means. I laugh back, as I lay down.
So, the mall at 10 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am. That is the plan. I pull out my phone and shoot James a fast text. We have to check out at noon. Can we keep our bags in your room? James said that I will get paid for the show we did, or the goofing off anyhow, I say, as I roll to face my mom.
Michael handed me a few hundred like it was nothing. They don't even know how much they get per show.
I laugh. For them, it is nothing, Mom. They have always had money, even before the band. I don't think they know what struggle is. Not with money, anyhow, I add. Knowing that Lisa passing is a huge struggle on all of them. Just think, if that is what I get for goofing off, think of what I would get for a concert. If this isn't something we want, then in just a few shows, we can clean up for a while, I tell her with a smile and roll over to let my dreams take me.
Brittany, it is 9:30 and the kids are still asleep. James sleeps until like noon every day, so this is nothing for him, but Roxanne is usually up by now. Standing outside the door, I'm debating if I want to wake them or not as Jacob walks up.
They made the plans. They need to get up,
He says, and opens the door. Both our jaws fall open at the sight. I look down the hall to see Chris and Michael in the kitchen getting coffee, so I wave to Michael, and he walks over. As soon as he sees what we do, his face matches our faces. Their clothes are all over the floor. Roxanne is laying on her stomach, half on James, and with the blanket down some so we can see. Neither have shirts on, and since we can see all their clothes, I'm guessing they have nothing on. We jump when Ryder starts to laugh.
James!
He yells, making James shuffle in the bed.
Boy, get up!
Ryder says as he walks in the room.
No!
James says and wraps his arms around Roxanne as Ryder pulls the blanket up to her neck.
Fine, I will drink all the coffee.
He laughs as Roxanne pops her head up and grits.
You will die.
Making all of us laugh. Then James and Roxanne look at the door.
What?
James says.
What the hell?
Jacob says, swinging his hands around the room.
We didn't have sex, damn.
James says, sounding annoyed.
You are naked?
Michael says.
What the hell do y'all do? Fuck, can you not lay with a girl and not fuck her? Yes, we can.
Jacob says, turning red.
Doesn't seem like it.
Roxanne says, making me laugh. They do have a point. Every time they turn around, someone is thinking they had sex, I laugh out.
There are so many things you can do and yet still be a virgin,
Chris says, making us turn around to him.
Man has a point.
James laughs out.
Now, can y'all go so we can get up? We want to go to the mall.
Roxanne says.
I just want to go to the music store.
James adds. I laugh and walk away to make more coffee.
James, after we are up and dressed, I see I have a text from Derek. We have to check out at noon. Can we keep our bags in your room? I walk out of the room to find Brittany. Can Derek and Crystal keep their bags here? I ask.
Sure, I will text her and have them bring their bags to the lobby and have Max bring them to the room.
She says, and pulls out her phone. I make me and Roxy coffee, just as she walks in the kitchen.
Thanks,
she says, as she grabs the coffee. Before I walk out of the kitchen, I whisper in her ear, "You taste better." And Roxy starts to choke on her coffee, as everyone looks at us, making me laugh.
Prick!
Bitch! We both yell. What started that? Quinn asks. No clue, don't remember, I say, and look at Roxanne, who just shrugs. Down in the lobby, I find Derek standing by the front desk with his mom. Hey man, glad you could come with us. Yeah, me too, Derek says, with a smile, as I pull the money out to hand to him. Here, this is your money for yesterday. Thanks, man. You earned it. Yesterday was great. Now, let's go get band shit, I say, and put my arm around his shoulders.
You're going to help us find band equipment?
Roxanne asks. Yup, guess so, Derek says with a smile. Yes, he is. I don't want all our stuff to be pink or some shit, I say, and stick my tongue out. All of the adults are laughing, even Crystal. Outside the hotel, there are 2 cars. As we are getting in, I see Crystal by our car, so I turn and say, "Sorry, kid's car," and smile. She looks a little embarrassed and turns to Marcus, who looks at me as he says, "Sorry, he is the boss," with a small laugh. He is our security for Faith Allen, so he goes everywhere we go, and I see the excitement in his face as he says, "Really?" "Yep. Everything is being taken care of in Florida when we meet up with Patrick. I have to remember to text him and tell him I want Marcus to be our security." I look over and see my dad just watching us, so I say, "Dad, kid's car. Crystal is riding with y'all." Dad laughs and walks over. "Is that okay, Crystal?" he asks her, and she nods, still not sure what to do. "Come on, ride with us," he says, and points to the other car. After a minute, she walks off with Dad, and I pull out my phone as I get in. Damn, did I piss her off or something? And wait for my dad to answer. Michael. Getting in the car, I see a text from James. Damn, did I piss her off or something? I can't help but laugh. My son thinks he made you mad, I say to Crystal as I lean over to show her the text. Damn, does she smell good? I'm so lost in her scent until Jacob hits my knee. I turn to see a big-ass smile on my best friend's face as I mouth, "Sorry," making him and Brittany laugh.
No, he didn't make me mad,
Crystal says, so quiet, it is almost a whisper.
You can speak your mind, girl,
Brittany says.
I just feel a little out of place is all.
Crystal answers and turns to look out the window. I frown as I ask, "Why do you feel out of place?" And I hope it's not because I gave her the money last night. I didn't even think of the fact that not everyone was raised with money like us. Not everyone is used to the way we live. She doesn't answer, and I can't help but feel like it is because of me. So I text my son. No, I think she just didn't want to ride with me. And I turn to look out the window. Fuck. Lisa, I miss you. Who am I kidding? I can't do this again. I am fighting the tears when my phone goes off. Hey man, are you okay? Jacob texts. No, but I will be. I know James has a good heart, but I wish she would have rode with them, and I let the tears fall. After we get to the mall, I am glad I have shades on. When everyone is out of the car, I don't stay with the group. I walk off, going my own way. I don't really have a place in mind. I just walk. I do notice Max is following me, but he is staying back, and I'm glad. James. After I get my dad's text, I feel so confused. I show the text to Roxy, and she just frowns. Is everything okay? Derek asks, and I don't know what to say.
Your mom doesn't like us much, does she?
Roxy asks, and drops her head. My mom just isn't used to having other people around. It's always just been me and her. Plus, she isn't used to having stuff just handed to her. She has always worked hard for what she has, he says. I have no clue what to say. I don't understand what he means, but I have had a very pampered life compared to most. We don't talk the rest of the way to the mall. When everyone gets out, I see my dad walk away. A few moments later, Max follows. I know my dad feels so lost. My mom was his first love, his everything, and now she is gone. I walk to Jacob and whisper, "Is my dad okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean, but I'm cut off." "You didn't do anything wrong, kid," he says, and puts his hand on my shoulder.
So, where to start?
Brittany asks.
Clothes!
Roxy yells. "No way in hell," I tell her, and she looks sad. Max is with Michael, so Marcus, you are with us guys, and Phil, you can go with the girls. Guy stuff, thank God. I'm with James on the clothes stuff, Quinn says, and we laugh. Derek turns to his mom. "Here, take this and find you some clothes." He tries to hand her money, but Brittany loops her arm through Crystal's.
No way, kid. That's yours, and we got your mom. It has been a while since we had a girl to go shopping with us. This is my treat.
And they walk off. "So, where first?" Ryder asks. "The girls will be busy for hours, so food, then, I don't know," Jacob says. "I want to go get my dad." I speak up. "I will text Max and find out where he is," Marcus says. "No need, I know where he is," I tell him, and everyone looks at me. "Where is he?" Derek asks. "My mom's favorite store," I tell him, then walk off. "What's his mom's favorite store?" Derek asks behind me. "You will see," Chris says. I walk straight to the bookstore, and I was right, my dad is here. Just as I walk in, I hear, "Wait, a bookstore? Really?" "Yep, my mom loved books," I tell him, and I see he has a huge smile. "What?" I ask, very curious. "My mom could spend forever in this place," Derek says with a laugh. After an hour in the bookstore, we decide to go over to the music store. We meet up with the girls there too. "Done shopping already?" I tease Roxy.
No, you prick. But we have a concert tonight,
she says, while pushing past me. We find everything we need here. I look over to find Crystal and see she is looking at guitar picks. So I walk over. "Do you play?" I ask, making her jump.
No, just looking.
"Do you see anything you like?" I ask her.
Yes.
She whispers. "Okay, what is it? I can get it for you."
Thanks, but you can't.
"Why not?" I ask, confused.
It's complicated, kid,
she says, and I laugh. Mom always said if something was complicated, it was because you was putting too much thought into it, I say, and we both laugh. I look at the wall and see a guitar strap that is a deep purple, and grab it. "Here, get this," I say, as I hand it to her.
Why?
She asks, as she takes it. "Don't make it complicated, just get it."
Who is it for?
She asks, and I smile. I don't want to say that is my dad's favorite color, so instead I say, "For me," and walk away. Back in our hotel room, we only have time to change before we have to go. Crystal hands me the strap, and I lay it on the couch. "Thanks," I tell her, and walk off to get my guitar. When I walk out of the bedroom, I see Ryder has the strap in his hand. Michael, here man, this must be yours. I'm glad you got a new one. You needed it. Ryder teases, as he hands it to Dad. I didn't, but thanks to whoever did. I needed this. It matches my old one. He laughs. It matches the old one like 2 years ago, man. Jacob laughs. Fuck off. Lisa got that for me. Well, time for a new one, that is for sure. Chris chimes in, as Dad puts the strap on his guitar. I look over at Crystal to see she is looking at me, so I smile and say, Crystal got it, as I walk out the door behind her. Michael. I'm looking at the new strap when James says Crystal is the one that got it. I know he had something to do with this.
Lisa did say not to hold on, Michael.
Roxanne says next to me. I know. I'm just not ready to move on, and I'm not sure I ever will be.
I get that, kinda. James is just trying to help, but maybe you should talk to him?
Yeah, I know. I do know he is only trying to help, but I'm just so lost. His mom was my everything. I hope he isn't pushing for Derek to join his band because he thinks I like his mom. She is beautiful and seems to be a great person around everyone but me, that is. It's just, she isn't Lisa. I know she is gone, and I know she wouldn't want me to spend the rest of my life alone, but I don't want anyone else.
Crystal, the last 2 nights have been great. Derek has had so much fun playing with the band, and the crowd seems to love him. At the start of the show, James tells the fans that they have a new drummer and wants to know what they think at the end of the show, and both nights the fans went wild. That warms my heart to know. Sitting here watching the kids from the side of the stage, I see Michael is playing with the strap on his guitar. I figured he would have got another one by now, but maybe it's just a strap to him. I mean, I only got it because James said it was for him.
What are you thinking about?
Brittany asks. A lot, I answer.
Can I ask you something?
She asks. Sure.
I hope I'm not out of place asking this, but do you have a boyfriend?
And I laugh. Hell, the last time I was with anyone was the night I got pregnant. No, I don't. I have never dated anyone, I say. I just never saw the point in that.
Wow, really? Why?
Never found the right guy, I guess. That isn't a lie either.
James. Standing in the kitchen, getting ready to leave the hotel, I asked Dad, so have y'all figured out the sleeping on the bus? Yes, I think. Crystal will get my bunk, and Derek can either sleep on the couch or on whose ever bunk that is in the bed for the night, he says. And you? I ask. Being he didn't say him, me and the guys will trade out on the couch. Oh, I hate that I didn't think of any of this at the time. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't think of any of this stuff before I asked Derek. No, son, it's fine. He tells me. I don't want to kick Derek out of the band. He is a great drummer, and the crowd also thinks so. Plus, he fits in easy with me and Roxy. I just hate that all this seems to be making things harder on my dad. Dad, do you like Crystal? I ask. Not sure the answer. Is that the only reason you want Derek in the band? Is because you think I like his mom? Dad asks. No. He is talented and fits in great with me and Roxy, I tell him. Let me ask you something, son. If something happened to Roxanne, could you just move on to someone else? Fuck no, I couldn't. I don't answer him, but when I turn around, I see Roxanne standing by her parents. So I walk over and wrap my arms around her, then bury my face in her neck. I don't even want to think of losing my girl. Now I know how my dad feels. It makes a bit more sense. My point is all my dad says as he walks out of the room.
Brittany, We get all of our bags on the bus, then head inside the theater. James has been like glued to Roxanne all morning after he talked to his dad. As we walk in, I catch up to Michael. What the hell did you say to James? I ask, worried.
The truth is all.
He says, not looking at me. You can go on, Michael, I say, wanting to know what he said.
It's nothing to worry about, Brittany.
He said, sounding annoyed. Damn it, Michael. He is a kid, not one of the other guys. James won't even let Roxanne go to the bathroom without hanging outside the door, so I want to know what the hell you said to him. I said with anger in my voice. Whatever he said scared James, and I want to know what it was.
I just asked him if something happened to Roxanne, could he move on?
Fuck, Michael. He is 14. At his age, you were just finding your girl and figuring out love. Roxanne has always been there. I say pissed now. This wasn't something to say to him.
Last I checked, he was my son, Brittany.
Yes, and who the hell helped raise him while y'all were off on the road not having a care in the fucking world? Me. I will fucking worry about him whether he wants me to or not. And another thing, what the fuck is so wrong with your son wanting you to be happy? That boy spent every minute of the day with Lisa, and he found a way to be happy, so what is wrong with him wanting the same for you? I yell out. When I turn around, I see everyone staring at me.
Baby, this isn't the place for this.
Jacob says, then tell your best friend to grow the fuck up. And don't ever tell me I have no place to worry about that boy. Me and Lisa raised your kids while y'all were away, and someone has to worry about his dumbass too since he won't. I point to Michael, seeing that he has his head down. I'm going to the bus, I add, and walk off. I know it's not easy. Hell, Lisa was my best friend. I spent every day with her years before we even met the guys. I know there is no way Lisa would want him pushing everyone away in his life, though. I know all this has to do with Crystal. She does kind of have some of the same features as Lisa. I think that is a lot to do with why we feel so close to someone we just met. I also know James was only thinking about his band with Derek and nothing else. Yes, Michael needs to talk to his son, but scaring the daylights out of him wasn't the way to do it. James hates that he couldn't protect his mom, and the thought of losing Roxanne has to be a nightmare for that kid.
James, standing here, I listen to everything that my dad and Brittany are yelling about. I am at a loss for words. I'm not even sure what to think at this point. I am so lost in thought, I forget that Roxy is in my arms until she leans her head back and whispers,
Are you okay?
All I can do is look at her. Am I okay? No. Will I be? Yes. As I kiss her forehead, I hear her say,
I love you.
Losing my mom was hard enough. There is no way I can lose this girl too. I love you, I tell her, and fight the tears. I want to change the first song tonight. I tell my girl.
Baby boy?
She says. I don't even know what to say. I just nod, as she adds,
Only if we can do You Are My Everything after.
I don't even hold back from kissing her. Faith Allen to the stage! So we break our kiss, and I look around to find Derek, to see he is off to the side and talking to his dad. As I get closer, I hear what they are saying. It doesn't matter what I'm doing here. Y'all should be back home by now. My manager got y'all a round-trip ticket. Yes, your manager got the ticket, because I'm not even worth the time to buy a ticket for. I put my arm around Derek's shoulder and say loud enough for Seth to hear, Come on, man, I need my drummer. Your drummer? Seth asked, looking confused. I just pulled Derek to the stage. Just before we walk on, I say, We want to change the song list for tonight. Okay, you are the boss. What are we doing? The first song is going to be Baby Boy. Then You Are My Everything. Then we start with Flying High and just knock off the last two songs. I tell him, Got it, man. Let's have a great show and forget about all the drama. That sounds great, I say, and we laugh as we walk on stage to screaming fans. After our show, I notice Brittany still isn't back yet, so I tell Roxy, stay here, and look at Marcus. Keep everyone away from my band, I say, and look at Seth. Before I walk on the bus, I hear crying, and I know this is all my fault. When she sees me, she wipes her eyes and says,
Hey kid, how was the show?
With a fake smile. Seth tried to start drama, but other than that, it was great. How are you? I asked, knowing she is about to lie.
I'm fine.
Called it. No, you're not. I heard you and my dad. Look.
James, I shouldn't have done that.
Shh. Me talking. I say like a baby, and stick out my tongue, making her laugh. Look, I never said I didn't want you to worry about me, or to not care. Yes, when my mom passed, I hated everyone, even my dad, for not being there. Even with all the anger and hurt, I couldn't shut Roxy out. She is my world, and if it wasn't for you and Jacob, I wouldn't have her. I'm sorry. I know all this is my fault. I wasn't thinking about all this. All I was looking at was Derek is amazing at the drums and fits in so great with me and Roxanne. Roxanne was so happy to see you have a friend again. Neither one of us even thought of how this could affect the guys in any way. If this is going to be a problem, though, then Faith Allen can fly to Florida with you and Crystal and just get a hotel for the few extra nights. Brittany is crying, and fuck, I wish Roxanne would have came with me. I hate when they cry. We sat in silence for what feels like a lifetime before I asked, can we go backstage now? Jacob should be getting off stage soon. And we stand.
Thanks, kid.
Is all she says as we walk to the others.